everyone, I'm MacKenzie and I'm a youth services librarian with the Beaverton City Library. And normally I'm at Murray Shoals, but today I am at home and I am going to show you how you can make Guatemalan worry dolls. But first, a little bit of background information about these worry dolls. So, in Guatemala, worry dolls are made from paper, cloth, and string wrapped around a bent wire. And according to legend, children tell their worries to worry dolls, and then they tuck them under their pillow in hopes that the doll will take away their worries while the children are asleep. Also, according to legend, long ago, there was a girl named Maria in Guatemala, and she secretly decided to help her poor family by making small dolls and selling them at the market. Well, that night before market day, she told all of her dolls about this and her family's need for money. And then the next day, she actually sold all of the dolls to a stranger who paid a lot of money for them. So just a heads up, that background information comes from one of our databases, specifically for students in grades K to 5, and it is called Gale in Context Elementary. So if you type in worry dolls or Guatemala worry dolls, it'll come up with a couple of articles with this information. All right, now how to make your own. So the finished product is gonna look something like this. And things you will need will be a craft stick, or you can use a clothespin. You'll want some glue and some yarn and scissors, of course, to cut off your yarn, and a marker or pen. All right, so first what you'll do is you'll get your craft stick, and it doesn't really matter if it has writing on either side because you're just gonna cover it up with string or yarn. And then you don't want to cover the whole sides with glue. You're just gonna start with a little bit, okay? So we're gonna start at the bottom and you're gonna put glue on one side and glue on the other side. And then I like to do a little bit on the edges, all right? And then you start with the end of your string and you push it on to your craft stick. And I like to give a little tail so that like you're gonna tuck it over. So either way, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap your yarn around your craft stick. If you started with a tail, you'll keep going over the tail. And then as you're approaching the end of the glue that you applied on, you're just gonna add more glue as you go. So one side, the other side, a little bit on the edges. I can see some rogue glue right there. And then you're just gonna keep on wrapping around that craft stick. All right, as you can see, I keep getting further and farther and farther up the craft stick. Normally I would go all the way up to maybe about here and then I'd cut off. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna cut off right here, cut my string. I'm gonna make sure I have enough glue here on my craft stick, okay? And keep wrapping around until the end. And when I have my last little piece of string, my last little piece of yarn right here, I'm just gonna put a bunch of glue on that piece of yarn because I really, really want it to stay stuck, all right? And it might glue to the craft stick itself. It might glue to the yarn that's already been wrapped around, all right? I just want it to stick wherever it best sticks, all right? So here, I've got some yarn wrapped around my craft stick. And then, when I finished, I just took my marker and I drew a face at the very tippity top. And I decided to draw on some hair, but you might decide to cut little pieces of yarn and attach them to the head for hair. I thought that would be a little bit difficult, and I thought it would be a little bit easier to draw on the hair. So that's what I did. So that is it. Worry doll done. Like I said, you can also choose to use a clothespin. When I was a kid, I made dolls out of clothespins, and the nice thing about this, you can wrap it like how you did for your craft stick. You can make a skirt or you can make pants. But the cool thing is that you already have 2 legs created for you already. All right. So that is how you can make a Guatemalan worry doll. And I hope you learned something new. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.